Today we're continuing the build on the Lowrider S with a very quick and easy install, which is going to be swapping out the stock seat for a Saddlemen 2-up. Yesterday I added this Memphis Shades road warrior fairing and windscreen, and during that install I was talking about how before I go on any longer rides I've been waiting to do these couple of modifications just to make the bike more comfortable, and the seat is definitely going to be one of those. I've heard some people with the Lowrider S talk about how the stock seat is pretty uncomfortable and just kind of garbage. Thankfully that hasn't really been my experience. I've just never ridden on anything other than this seat and a couple of other motorcycles, so I have no idea what this compares like to the Saddlemen or any aftermarket seat, so we'll get that swapped out today. So I went with the Saddlemen 2-up seat, just with kind of the regular lattice stitching, nothing crazy in the patterns or colors or anything like that. Just wanted to keep it clean and simple looking. Thankfully, in contrast to other parts of the bike I've worked on lately, like the exhaust and the fairing, this should take all of about 10 minutes. So I'm gonna do this on the guitar workbench where there's a padded surface, and I'm not gonna scuff up the brand new seat. And it's literally just these two bolts that hold on this tongue piece, so we'll just undo those, flip this around so that it can slide up underneath the gas tank. So this will go back here for now. So now we'll just pop our stock seat off. This one screw in the back, and this should just slide right off. And we'll set this aside and grab our Saddlemen. I'll just do the exact same thing in reverse. Take out my mic that I've kept stashed under the seat for when I'm recording, which has worked out great. The seat is gonna re-screw in the fender hole instead of the original where the stock one was, and this is just a little plastic tab that you can just push up from the bottom. I just removed the hardware that came from the stock seat in the front mount. I'm gonna put it in the rear mount. There we go. The Saddlemen will go on. And this screw will go back in. Now, I did order the security screw you can get from Saddlemen, since the seat would be insanely easy to steal with it being just the one screw in the rear, and you could jack somebody's seat in a matter of about 90 seconds if no one was around. I'm only putting the stock screw back in for the moment just because it hasn't arrived in the mail yet, but I will definitely be swapping that out as soon as it arrives. Well, I've been riding with the Saddlemen for about a month now, and while it is just a seat, there's not a whole lot to debrief or go over. I figured I would just go ahead and share some of my first impression thoughts. I think it looks great. It's way better than the stock one. As far as the comfort level goes, I did expect a little bit bigger of a difference, but I do know that these do take some break-in time. It's certainly not uncomfortable from the start by any means, so it's definitely an improvement from the stock seat. And I think it just looks so much better. You know, of course, that's a big addition right there. A lot of people were saying that the 2-up seat helps with back support, especially the model that I got where it's square edge, not quite right angle, but you know, harder edge rather than the dipped curve that you sit into. I personally wouldn't really categorize that or detail it as back support. You know, thankfully I'm young, I don't have a bad back or anything like that, but even just sitting on it like this, you know, you definitely feel more supported, I will say that. You know, when you get on the throttle, you're not sliding back or anything, you feel really planted and secure with this support back here. But I mean, as contradictory as it might be then to say this isn't a back support, to me, it's not even really reaching my lower back. It's definitely still more of like the hip bone, upper tailbone area. Where I did notice it being more support for my back was riding with a backpack, which I'm still doing right now because I'm waiting on the sissy bar still. But even having the 2-up seat right here, when you get on it with a backpack on, it pretty much sits right there and it removes all of the weight from the straps on your shoulders by having the backpack just rest here. So, you know, splitting hairs a little bit. I know most people don't really enjoy riding with a backpack. I can't wait to get the sissy bar so I can, you know, not do that as well. But yeah, it's definitely less of a back support to me personally, and more just the overall comfort level and aesthetics for sure.